Welcome back to the afternoon shift. There is a massive sports event taking place this weekend about an hour outside of the Twin Cities in Clearwater. It's the Disc Golf Pro Tour's Preserve Championship. This is going to be a fun event. There's 170 competitors coming here from 5 different countries. The #1 men's and women's player in the world are also in the field here.
Wow.
Have you ever done disc golf before, Max?
Yeah, well, I've gone with people. I just mostly use it as an excuse to smoke weed outside.
Got
But
it.
I didn't actually throw any discs. No,
No
I
discs
didn't-
were thrown.
No, but
Yes.
I was amazed by everybody throwing the discs. Not just because I was high, just because they're very talented.
Yes.
It takes a lot of skill.
It does take skill. And we have one of the most skilled players in the history of disc golf with us right now.
Oh, yeah.
He is a Disc Golf Pro Tour legend, a Minnesota native, grew up in St. Paul. Kale Leviska, welcome to the afternoon shift. How are you?
What's up, Kale?
Man. Thanks for having me. I'm great.
It's great to have you here. You designed the Preserve course in Clearwater. Can you just give us, we have some pictures to accompany this. Can you give us a little sneak preview of what's in store for us this weekend?
Absolutely. You guys, this golf course closed down in 2020. It was right on the Mississippi River up in Clearwater. And I had been looking for like kind of my dream property for a long time.
Yeah.
Something to build up like just a massive disc golf complex, kind of like a disc golfer's playground, something that we deserve, you know. And we built it in 2020. The first year we
that's sweet.
Oh yeah, you can see some of these photos. The first year we had the Disc Golf Pro Tour come. So this is year number 6 already.
Yeah.
And it's turned into
Oh,
something
wow.
huge, you guys. I'm telling you, it's a spectacle. We got, like you said, 170 players, the #1 woman in the world, Kristen Tatar, #1 man in the world, this kid, Gannon Bird.
He's
just an
19 years
absolute
old.
Phenom.
Yes.
Phenom.
Dang.
Yeah.
He's unbelievable. And then we got the last year's champion, 3-time winner, Ricky Wysocki,
Let's go.
#2 in the world, and so so
Sweet.
many more.
That's awesome.
And it's going to be an absolute spectacle. We got, it's just an absolute beautiful property. There's about 6 ponds on the property. The Mississippi River flows right along.
Yeah.
We got bleachers set up all over the course, food and drink vendors. Just it's a great time, seriously. And this year, the new owner of the property, he got the world's largest rubber duck.
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh,
Look
okay.
at that.
Just to add a little something extra. I know we had almost 2,000 spectators last year, so
Wow.
hopefully this rubber duck, helps put us over the top. I've heard it's pretty amazing. It's like 5 stories tall. So, but yeah, it's a great time. Seriously, it's unbelievable.
That sounds like I want to live on this course. I might not just never leave if I go see you guys doing the disc golf thing. And I think most people would think of disc golf as something that people just do as a hobby. Like, how did you turn this into a professional career?
I kind of started playing with some friends in high school. We saw a course right by our school, and I kind of convinced them to give it a try. And then my freshman year at college, I started playing with some people who were pretty into it.
Yeah.
Started playing every day. Found out that there was tournaments, and once I entered my first tournament and kind of got those juices flowing, I was just completely hooked. And that was about 22 years ago, and I've
Wow.
been going strong ever since.
Going strong is saying it lightly. Over 170 wins.
Damn.
Career earnings over $350,000. I mean, you truly are one of the most successful pro disc golfers.
Let me hold the dollar, bro.
right. Well, you can give us some. Look at here's Kale. Look at this. There's a nice little throw into a.
Oh, what a
There we go.
snipe!
What? So
we
what?
go.
Can you walk us through that again? Like what exactly is that? A hole there? So you're.
Yeah, so that we call those baskets.
Okay.
And so that
Yeah.
would be a hole-in-one right there.
Oh.
Yeah, like how do the rules work for people that don't know?
Yeah.
Well, it's exact same principles as golf. You just want to complete each hole in the fewest amount of throws, right?
Sure.
So on the Pro Tour, we play par 3s, par 4s, par 5s, just like they would in the PGA.
Yep.
Really long holes. But, the difference with disc golf is we can play in the woods, we can play on mountains, we can play pretty much anywhere. So,
Wow.
playing all over the world. It's cool to see that hole-in-one. That was from Massachusetts a couple years ago. So,
Love that.
yeah.
Do you remember all of your best shots? Do you remember exactly where they were and everything?
Man, I'm getting a little old, so I'm not remembering everything. But I've been playing for so long, and I've thrown some pretty amazing shots. I've seen so many spectacular throws. Playing with the best players every week. It's pretty astonishing what people are doing these days with the disc.
Where's the coolest place you've been and played at? What's like your favorite course around the
Oh,
world, or
man,
just
I
favorite
mean,
experience?
My favorite experience. That's a good question. There's like 3 years when I was like in my late 20s where I traveled Europe pretty much. A month
amazing.
or 2 each summer, just traveling on the Euro Tour and playing.
That's so
Those
cool.
are some of the memories that stick out to me traveling over there. But honestly, what we've done with the Preserve here in Minnesota, kind of giving back to the community and kind of building up something that, just it feels good to help grow the game here at home. It's pretty special.
Yeah, let's talk about the preserve. You were born in northern Minnesota. You were raised in St. Paul. How important was you designed the preserve golf course.
Yeah.
How important was it for you to design a course here in your native state? That's a big deal for you, yeah?
Well, I started my design business about 7-8 years ago, so I've been building courses all over the state already, but this was like the first property that I had full control over, and it's 160 acres. It's absolutely huge. So we got, for regular course play, we have 3 separate courses open.
Yeah.
But for this Pro Tour event, we kind of combine all the best parts of the property into 18 holes and make like a super layout.
Love it.
So very challenging, but it feels great. This disc golfers around here, playing on a beautiful golf course like this right in the Mississippi River, it's been a dream.
What kind of things do you have to consider when you're creating a course?
You got to consider a lot. First of all, you just want to make it fun. You want to make sure people enjoy it when they're out there. You got to make sure it's safe. You don't want people getting hit with those discs. But, just now when I'm designing on the Pro Tour and stuff, you got to think about all the spectators, where everyone's going to go, where the vendors are going to go.
Yep.
There's a lot goes into it. But pretty much just make it as fun as you can, as beautiful as you can.
Where are some of the most beautiful courses out there in the world? I mean, you mentioned beaches and mountains and whatever. Where's the gnarliest place you've ever played, you'd say?
Oh, that's a good question. I mean, like 3 weeks ago, actually, I was just in the mountains in New Mexico. So
man.
We played a tournament down there.
Yeah.
And, man, just the hike from the basket to the next tee, we were all just, like, catching our breath up at, like, 8,000 feet. But, some of the most beautiful courses I've played, Maple Hill in Massachusetts, that's definitely at the top of the list.
Yep.
Some of the courses in Oregon are, those are probably my favorite places to play for sure.
Love it.
Is the decorum kind of like golf, or is there like trash talk? You ever hit someone with like the too little? What is the rivalries like? What is the sportsmanship like?
It kind of differs from event to event, but most of us have been playing together for so long. We can talk a little trash out there.
Yeah.
Keep it fun and light.
Yeah.
But for the most part, I'd say it's a little more lighthearted than traditional golf.
Mm-hmm.
Especially when we do some of our like skins events and stuff like that, where people can talk smack and. But seriously though, we like I said, we had like 2,000 spectators last year, and like playing in front of a crowd just kind of gets the adrenaline going.
For sure.
More.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's really fun.
Disc golf is obviously a huge part of your life. I'm sure you have lots of other interests. What are some other things that you really enjoy doing, especially while you get to travel all these cool places? What are some other things that you like to do outside of just playing?
Disc golf has brought me all over the world. I just love traveling in general. I've always loved being in the outdoors. So, when I get on the road, finding cool hikes and going to national parks, going to swimming in waterfalls and camping and doing everything I can outside. But I grew up playing every sport, and now disc golf has kind of consumed my life and my career. So I spend a lot of time with it, but I like to play any sport. Really, yeah.
What was the best sport you were at growing up?
Baseball was my first love. It was my first love for sure. That's all I cared about until I got done with high school, and then disc golf kind of took over from there.
Love it.
Yeah.
That's awesome. If people want to keep up like with your career, like tune in, participate in disc golf, like where can people find you? Where can people, join in on the sport?
If people are looking to get into disc golf, there's an app called UDisc, and it's great. You can kind of pull up the map, and it shows you course icons, so you can see, around the Twin Cities, there's courses in every single city or suburb pretty much. You can find a course near you. These discs are really cheap. You just need a couple to go out and play and have fun.
Yeah.
It only takes a couple hours to play.
Yeah.
So very, very easy level of entry to the sport. And there's courses everywhere. So you just get out and throw, and
How far can you throw one of those bad boys?
I can,
in the air, carry in the air.
I can throw a disc. I'm, 550, 600 feet. But I'm 42 now, and some of these kids are just smashing past me. Like,
I bet.
Gannon Burr from Iowa, the #1 men's, but he's throwing it.
Gannon Burr is he's like 6'6", 6'7", super long wingspan, just absolutely smashing.
Yeah, can he sing and dance too? Sounds like he's got everything going on for him.
Right, yeah.
Save some. Save some for the rest of us, Gannon.
That's great. I got to ask, just because you're wearing the Augusta shirt, who's your U.S. Open pick this week?
Oh my gosh! I mean, it's going to be hard to root against Scotty.
There you go. Yeah.
But if I had to pick a sleeper, I've always been a fan of Jason Day from Australia.
He was wearing the USA little swim shorts yesterday. Yeah.
It'd be good to see one of the old heads
Yeah.
Let's do it.
I know Paul can't get involved right now, but Jason Day is from Australia, so I know Paul will appreciate that one. So
That's
yes.
for you, Paul.
That's for you, Paul.
Aussie, Aussie, Aussie.
He says Aussie, Aussie, Aussie in our ears. So,
Oi, oi, oi.
yes. Kale Leviska, thank you so much for joining the afternoon shift. This weekend, the Preserve Championship at the Preserve course, which Kale designed himself. It starts Friday, goes through Sunday. There's going to be a 5-story rubber duck there.
50 feet, yeah.
50 feet rubber duck there. Tons of people, food, everything. It should be a really great time. Kale, thank you so much. We appreciate your time, my man.
Thank you, guys.
Thank
It's
you,
been
thank
great.
you. Appreciate it.
Hell yeah,
Yes,
man.
thank you. Look, coming up next, we're going to talk about more winners like Kale here in Minnesota. The Lynx are 9-0. Andrew Dukowitz will be joining our show next. He's a beat reporter for the Lynx and the Timberwolves. Don't go anywhere. The afternoon shift continues right after this.